Hi Celeste, it's Auntie Bea, and hello Celeste's classmates and Mrs. Pearl. On our 14th day in India, we got up really early in the morning and went on a safari. You could tell everyone looked like they were going to rob a bank, but it was very cold, so we wrapped up. Here are some banyan trees at the place we went on the safari. It was a national park called the Ranthambore National Park. It's the same place where we went to the fort the day before. These shots were taken very early in the morning. As I looked at that tree, Jipto said, "Look at a cat. Did you see that?" That was a jackal. The jackal was looking to get here it is again. Wow! A peacock flew over and the jackal was looking for some breakfast, and so he jumped up to try to eat the peacock. I'm glad he didn't catch the peacock, but I'm sorry he missed breakfast. Isn't the lake here beautiful? Some of the buildings on the other side of the lake were built over 1,000 years ago when the fort was built. And it was very still early in the morning and very cold. Now, while we were looking for tigers, we saw lots of deer. They have a lot of different species of deer, and they look a little bit different than they do in the United States. Look at all these deer. Now, even the adult deer in this particular variety have spots like baby fawns in the United States. And everywhere we went, this kind of little bird would stop and get on the car and look in. We thought he was just being really friendly. I think he wanted us to feed him something. In any event, he was a pretty little bird. This is a peahen. This is a female peacock. Notice she doesn't have the big, bright, beautiful colors that the male peacocks do. Now you see Kuldeep taking a picture of us. Kuldeep and Chetna actually rode in a different Jeep. The Jeeps only held 6 people. And here are 2 baby deer feeding from the mama deer. Look at their tails wag. The deer were up and out having breakfast early in the morning, but they were also keeping an eye out because they didn't want to see tigers, even though we wanted to see tigers. The tigers go after the deer, so they were keeping an eye out to make sure that the tigers weren't going to come get them for breakfast. But they sure are cute. Look at them. The Jeep was moving around a lot, so it was hard to get some of the pictures. Now here's a male peacock. I kept hoping he was going to make his feathers go out real big, but he never did. He was just enjoying the beautiful, bright, cool morning. Peacocks are very big birds. Now this is a banyan tree. The banyan trees grow all over in this area. And there's so many vines that grow down, it's hard to tell where trees were growing out and into the ground, and new trees were growing out of the ground into old trees. Look at the owl in the tree. Have you ever seen an owl? See the beautiful green bird? That's called a green pigeon. It looks kind of like a parrot. Green pigeons are actually called tritons. I think I pronounced that right. Look at the antlers on this deer. Here's a whole tree of the green pigeons. They were so bright and beautiful, they were the color of limes. And here's a deer walking out in the middle of the water. And of course, there were monkeys. There were monkeys everywhere. Look at these baby deer. They were so cute I couldn't resist taking their picture. But I still think the monkeys were some of my favorite. This little guy was sitting there just watching everybody come and go. It was like a show for him. And here's a crow. So we saw eagles and crows and pigeons and pheasants. Now here's a picture Kuldeep took. The guy who toured his van actually held one of those little birds and fed him some food. Now we didn't see the tiger, but Kuldeep and Chetna saw. They saw this tiger. We had gone back already and was having breakfast, and they stayed out later. But they saw this female tiger looking for food. If anyone could see the tiger, I'm glad it was the honeymoon couple. Well, tomorrow we go to see the Taj Mahal, and that's our last day, and it'll be our last video. So I'll see you, class, tomorrow. Everybody roar like a tiger. Roar! Oh, that's a dog.